Hello guys and girls, in today's tutorial I'll be telling you everything you need to know in CSS. So you know how we roll. This is my quiz application I created for you guys to see an overview. You can see my quiz application, it's cool, right? So it's all you can, restart and stuff like that. So this is all you need to in this tutorial. I'm going to show you guys everything that you need to know. So the link to my quiz application would be in the description of this video, so you can go access it and get your own question on it. So if you see if I should restart, I don't know if you had, if it gives me the see, then let me restart quiz again. It gives me a different question. You see that? Okay, so go to the description page and get your own quiz app and go get. No need to download anything, just click on the link, answer your question, know how good you are and things you understand in CSS, and read the notes as well. It will help you. I just hope it helps you. And if you need more tutorials on my quiz app, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you can get more quiz app on other programming languages as well. I will make sure I work with many exams, questions, and stuff like that that are mostly for assignments and exams and stuff like that. And I will put it into my quiz app and store and you know make it more cool. So you can see the interface of the design of this CSS. No offense to the boys that used pink for the design, but it's still good because I just like, it makes it engaging and stuff like that. I wanted to use like blue or yellow, or I like yellow though, but this is mostly for the girls. Okay, so this is very cool. You can see the structure I used, so you can read through the notes as well. You see CSS overview, CSS cascading style sheet. I'm sure you guys know everything about that. Define the visual representation of web content, controlling layouts, color, font, spacing, and responsive behavior. It separates style from structure, enabling consistent design across multi pages with a single style sheet. So you can see all these, our overview, basic and syntax base tag. So you see how it works. It's all with the declaration block, then the element that you start. You can see you go you see H1, see the H1, it has this choices. Then you now call color, you put this double semicolons, this end it with this to know that you're going to make the console, the web know that you're going to a next CSS. Okay, so you must end with this dot, and I've forgotten what they're calling this dots, semicolon or something, semicolon. So you can see comments. This is what we use in CSS comments, no hash or stuff like that that we use in languages. So this is what we use in CSS. CSS with internal and inline CSS, so you can apply it any way you want. Okay, so these selectors, specificity, I just give almost everything you need to know in CSS in the notes. So if you get a description, you can get stuff like that. So you see colors, layouts, you can see flex like that, responsive media queries, just brief notes on that and on those things. So why you should learn CSS, the backbone of web forming HTML into visual, stunning, user-friendly interface. Mastering CSS empowers you to create responsive, accessible, and engaging websites. So this is why you should learn CSS and many other things that you should also know. Okay, so this my web page. I just used HTML, JavaScript, and Tailwind CSS, then React. Yeah, so that's what I use for my web page. Okay, so then if I should start quiz, then the first quiz is rem unit refers to the root font size. You submit your answer correct. It refers to the root font size. So you can also view summary as well. You can see the notes that I gave you guys here, a summary in case you like forgot something. Okay, so next question, we have apply to apply box shadows. These are submit your answer. It's correct. Next one, box model includes this. So these are the things that we have in box model: padding, border, and margin, and you submit and it's correct. The next question, sticky position. Sticky acts like they act like hybrid, relative, and fixed. I think, yeah, position, sticky, hybrid, relatives, and fixed. Next one, specificity ranking. Okay, so what's the specificity ranking? So it starts from ID, then class, then element. So ID is the highest specificity after internal, but there's no internal here, only here, but this like inline after inline, I mean to say. So I think is this. Yeah. And you can see a short note that comes out there. So selector dot menu h2 means all h2 inside the menu. So it's this all h2 inside the menu. So you submit. Then the next option we have unit em measures what? What's the measurement of unit em? So we have elements em measures element font size. I think I've seen this question before in this one. Oh, that is why the question is 51. I think it repeated itself. Oh, my bad. My bad. Okay, it's meant to be 50 questions though. Next. No. Display none does what? Display none removes elements from flow. So none, it just makes it disappear in case you're like creating a game or something. Then border box means border and no, no, yeah, border box size in border box means that the border and pattern inside width. See, and this short notice gives you border box includes padding slash border in width slash height. So the next thing, flex wrap is what flex wrap. So this flex wrap, then use wrap, or you can use no wrap as well. But if you want to wrap things like text and stuff like that, so use flex wrap. Next, correct. So next question would be to add CSS rule with JS, you use document.style sheet. Next. Then border box includes in width. Border box includes padding in width. I think it's true. Next, yeah, cool. Next, media queries help responsive queries. They're used for responsive designs. Okay, visibility hidden remove space. Visibility hidden remove space. Let me say false if it's true. Yeah, it's false. Visibility hidden but preserve spaces and stuff like that. So the next one we have display inline block means block and inline combo. I was just like stressed out when doing this CSS quiz. So it's very easy, very easy question because CSS is very easy to understand. So we have CSS variable syntax. So the variable syntax is I think is this shoot. I failed it. It's both A and B. I know that was the answer because I was the one that did the question. So next, ID selectors are and class selectors false. I know it's false, but I can pick true just for yeah, but it's false because less specific. Yeah, like ID selectors are more specific than class selectors. So next, so our next question would be does before this like studio element and context require display? Yeah, require display. Yeah, cool. So position fixed means fixed to viewport. Fixed to viewport. So next question. Transition property used to animate smooth change position related to with okay, wait, I think it's answers to with positive. Okay. So the next question we have apply Google Fonts. Okay, to apply Google Fonts, you have to import UR or use link and stuff like that. So the next question would be select element by ID. If you want to select by ID, you use this hash. This hash. Border box includes padding in width. They include padding in width. Vendor prefix example. Okay, vendor prefix for making it like more very cool in other browsers as well, like Chrome and Firefox and other stuffs is WebKit. WebKit, I think, yeah. Then transform, rotate 45 degrees me does what? So rotation, most people I don't know who use rotation though, but rotate means like it turns it around, rotates elements 45 degrees. Okay. So the next question we have media query usage is this. Okay, if you want to use media query, you use the media, then this at media function. It's just like a function though, but you can't call it a function. Max width and 600 pixels. Anything you want to do. CSS is a programming language. Yeah, it's not a programming language. It's just like a normal style sheet or something like that. pitfalls. So if I submit question, you see CSS is a style sheet language, not a programming language with logic. Like, to me, programming languages are languages that have like if and else statements. That's how I understand it. But since HTML and CSS don't have something like that, I don't consider them programming languages. So I just say CSS is a style sheet language. Okay. The next one we have feature query is at support. Okay. Next one, at font face defines custom fonts. True. Next one, inline CSS over inline always overrides external CSS as long as once you set the color inline like in the text, the CSS color inline in the text, it overrides any other thing. So it's correct. It's higher specificity. Then this opaque alpha 0.5 means 50% opaque. Okay. Next, border radius 50% makes shape circle. Yeah, once you do, yeah, we're going to have a tutorial on animation as well in my next video, and I'll show you guys how I used border radius to like 50% and stuff like that as well. So submit. Next, float is obsolete and read. Float, no, we still use float. No, we still use float, so it still exists because I was using float like when I started CSS. I was using float since I learned my flex and grid and stuff like that. So if I float is still supported, do flex and grid stands for cascading style sheets. Okay, I don't know if this got that. Yes. Okay, CSS that stands for cascading style sheet. So I'll just submit it so it's cool. Higher priority CSS is inline. Inline is the higher priority. Next one, which syntax is correct? Which of this syntax is correct? This. Okay, you see. Follow CSS syntax, selectors, curly braces, property value, pairs, order, use this and just a short note on that, how why it's correct. Then HS, this value is worth 100% of green. So you see it's 100% of green, so it's green. Because this, yeah, green is green. So next one we have center horizontally with flex. Justify content center. Yeah, next. Then hex valued representation is all these are hex colors representation. All are valid color formats. Hex, RGB, and named color. Any color you want to use, any way you want to use and do the color and stuff like that. So flex layout direction rule is flex direction. Next one, align items vertically. Align items vertically is align center, I think. Yeah, vertically. Then horizontally is justify content center and stuff like that. So if you want to apply external style CSS, you use this. So correctly links external CSS. So the next one we have grid defined columns would be no, I think it's this. Yeah. Others are invalid. So flex box root declaration would be no. Yeah, display flex, yeah. CSS3 introduced animate, yeah, true, CSS3, yeah. Then hide elements visually but accessible. Okay, you hide visibility hidden. That's how you use it. You can use opacity as well. I think you can use opacity. I think I know. I think you could use opacity as well. So I think it's not visibility, it's opacity. Yeah. Hide visually while keeping accessibility. Visibility hidden and display none removes accessibility. Yeah, it's true. It's true. So it's opacity. Opacity is just like the brightness. It just makes it transparent. Understand? So Z index only work on position elements. Okay, it's only worked on like fixed, sticky, and stuff like that. That's where Z index works on. That's only where you can use your Z index. So CSS comment syntax would be this CSS comment syntax. Okay, so select odd rows. Select odd rows. So row nth child odd. So you see select rules, margin collapse vertically. I think it's true. Okay, yeah. So that is it for this. You can see my results: 49 out of 51, 96.08%. CSS wizard, style wizard, CSS master, style wizard. Just writes like a small thing for you. Then you can restart quiz as well and stuff like that. You can say our notes. You can, restart quiz and do same thing. All those stuff like that. So, if you found this helpful, if you found this video helpful, don't be afraid to smash that like button. Don't be afraid to smash that subscribe button, like, comment your results, and subscribe for more web applications and more, because this time around I'm going to be focusing more on introduction to CSS3. And I'll teach as much as I know on CSS3. Okay.